More snow on the way for your morning commute, and there's a chance for some rock slides, mudslides, avalanches, and a mess down around the Reno area in California. We're going to talk about a major storm system in the west and how it's going to affect us coming up here on the Weather Show with Vin Crosby. Today things got a little slick out there on the roadways, and tomorrow morning we could have some issues, but a couple of different scenarios. They're not really the same. This morning we had the cold air in place, temperatures in the 20s. The ground was very cold, so every flake of the very fine snow made it to the ground and stuck instantly. That's not going to be the case as we go on in towards tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, with temperatures really hovering right around barely at 32 degrees, and maybe a little bit above in some areas when the snow starts falling, we'll start to see a little bit more water content in the snow, and then the snow will accumulate, but then there'll be a mix and then a change to rain. I'm sure everybody is talking about this one. It's a really straightforward kind of forecast. The problem's going to be is the way the atmosphere is set up. It's not going to be a rush of the mild air in here like it has been in the past, where we get those southeast winds in and then it goes immediately over to rain. This scenario has a chance to prolong in pockets of some snow in the Treasure Valley. And so in theory, we could easily get an inch, 2, maybe even 3 in some spots before a change over to rain going on in towards the afternoon, and then everything becomes a wet mess. There were a lot of puddles out there today in the Treasure Valley. I saw tremendous amounts of water ponding because some of the covers, the drains, were a little clogged up. And so we had some big puddles out there. And that's going to be the trend, I think, tomorrow afternoon into our evening commute home. A lot of water, a lot of big puddles as the temperatures start to, for the most part, rise and change things over to rain in the afternoon hours. We're talking light amounts of precipitation again, like we had this morning, only this time it's not going to be frozen to the roadways. You're going to see a lot of slush. The main roads should be fine. The back roads, after the initial snow sets in, should be okay, but it could be a little slick when we get that, initial burst of snow. When is it going to start? Overnight tonight. It's going to come in from the southwest around Reno and then move and expand to the north and east. It'll get in towards eastern of Oregon, western areas of the Treasure Valley first, and then expand across all of western and southwestern Idaho. Pretty much all of the Gem State will get into some snow. That will be happening in towards the early morning hours, right around the daybreak hour, and then go on to around, say, 8, 9, 10 in the morning, and then we'll start to see a mix or change over towards rain going in towards the noontime hour. But by that time, we should have at least an inch of snow on top of some of the snowy areas that we've already had, and then back towards, I think, the west end of the Treasure Valley, in towards eastern and southeastern areas of Oregon, maybe a couple of inches, maybe even up near 3 inches before it's all said and done. There will be some pockets of some heavier snow amounts. It'll be a little bit bigger snowflake, let's just say for the water content that's in there, bigger snowflakes will be coming on through, but then it'll mix and change on over to rain. Now, I mentioned down to the south into California, this system is going to move through real quickly, kind of like it happened today. I mean, the system that brought us the snow yesterday is already up well into Canada. This system is going to move through quickly from south to north, all pinwheeling around a big storm system in California. The El Nino weather pattern, this is classic. This is what I talked about 2-3 months ago in my winter weather outlook. We'll get our pockets of snow and then the mild air moves on in, but I think California is really going to get hammered with mudslides, rock slides, especially up around the Donner Pass area with this storm system. So if you're going down towards Reno, over the Donner Pass area, in towards California, some tremendous amount of mudslide activity is going to be a possibility down there with this storm system. And I do think back up here in the Gem State, over the next 48 hours, we're going to have to deal with minor rock slides and mudslides too. And don't forget, snowpack is going to become very unstable because of the different temperatures. Avalanche danger for you snowmobilers in the backcountry is going to be a problem. So, but I think going up 55, 21, 75, any steep terrain areas, that's where we're going to start to see those rock slides and minor mudslides take place. And this may be the trend over the next several days because of the temperatures starting to jump and getting very mild. So we're going to have a lot of runoff. There's going to be muds and rock slides trickling down in those steep terrain areas on 55. So use caution if traveling there. I know 21 the same way, going over Warm Springs even, sometimes in those steep terrain areas up there across the foothills could drop some rocks or mudslides. So heads up for that. So that's pretty much what I think is going to transpire over the next, say, 24 to 48 hours. But there's another storm system that's brewing back out in the Pacific, and then that could come on through too to increase more mild air back in towards our area. So we're going to watch this closely as we head in towards the Winter Carnival coming in towards the end of the month of January into early February on the changing weather pattern that's at hand. Arctic air in the east, that's going to be a problem. Big winter storms across the country. I'm going to be talking about that on the weather show coming up here on the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Why is that important? Don't make a lot of money with this. You need some subscribers, you need some advertisers and donations. I want to say a big shout out and thank you to all friends and family who wish yours truly a happy 50th birthday. Can't believe I'm 50 years old, getting up there, and just thank you for that. And also got a couple of donations. Thanks for those donations given to the weather show at Vin Crosby. So we're making strides. Now over 1,100 subscribers. Haven't even done any marketing yet, but we'll do some more and get these subscribers up and have a good old time with the weather show with Vin Crosby. So hey, thanks for tuning in. Be careful in the morning hours, but this will be unlike, I think, this morning with the temperature scenario. Temperatures will get above freezing real quick. Of course, they put down the liquid defreezer, de-icer, and I think things are going to melt rather quickly after we get some good little bouts of snow in the early morning hours.